My name is Imps E, and I am a life coach. Above all things, I'm an empowerment specialist. I like to uplift everyone to their purpose, to their calling in life, and I like to help people discern the things that shouldn't go with them on their journey. I have my boy Boogie here. We're going to keep it real as we always do.
Oh, yes.
And I just want to thank the Father, who is the head of our life, first of all, for having us here to do what we do. May it pierce the ears of those who need it, as well as the hearts of those who are seeking it. Um, Thank you again, Father. We can't thank you enough for just waking us up and breathing on us.
Amen.
So, Boogie, what are we gonna get into? Let's get into it.
Okay, our topic for today, intentional faith.
Definitely have to be intentional with your faith. It's a choice.
The power of faith. Be intentional about your thoughts. Be obsessed with your goals. You attract your intentional thoughts. A lot of people say they have no control over certain things or they'll go crazy over certain things, and this and that. But if you have a bad thought that comes to your mind, you have the power to dismiss it and think about something else. You have the power to be obsessed with your goals. You have that power.
Mm-hmm.
You have the choice, which is your power, to either give that power to somebody else, or you give it to God, or you give it to yourself. You have to be intentional about your tongue.
Oh yes,
Life and death is in the power of the tongue, and out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks.
yes.
So whatever's in your heart will come out of your mouth. The heart that the Lord speaks on is your mind, your subconscious mind, the things that dwell in your subconscious mind. Those are the things that come out of your mouth because your subconscious mind are the things that you meditate on daily, day and night.
Yes. And that's how you make change.
Yes,
You have to think on it in order to change it. It's a choice, and you always have to, ask the Lord, well, what do you want me to do? You have to meditate on thoughts, and like I always say, the more you do it, it's gonna be a habit, and then it'll turn to a lifestyle. So you definitely have to be careful with what comes out your mouth because you may be speaking ill will about somebody else, but to heaven, that's gonna give that person a blessing.
your tongue controls your life.
Yes. So be careful with that tongue because it can produce powerful effects.
Be intentional about your time. Invest your time with people who are serious. We make time for what's important.
Yes.
And you show what you love by how much time you put into it. God is love, and love is life. And you cannot live life without love, otherwise, you're wasting your time.
And
But
time is something you can't get back.
time is something you can't get back,
You better be careful with it.
which is your life. You cannot get your life back. Once it's
Hmm.
gone, it's gone. We only got one life to live.
Yeah.
And
And
you will hate for God to hide himself from you. Remember that. God is love, and love is life. And you cannot live life without love, which is God, otherwise you're wasting your time. Be intentional about your surroundings, the people in your life,
that's
in
a
your
good one.
circle. This is number 4.
You are the chosen one, so again, you gotta watch out for them. They got on masks. Just like the angels are watching, the devils are watching, the demons are watching. And what's going on in this world right now, it's like they everywhere. They are everywhere. So you really have to use your discernment at this time. You really do.
And if it doesn't serve you a purpose with where you are, if it's not helping you grow into a better person, then what you around it for?
Yeah.
Why you around those people? Is it a pity party? Do they complain a lot?
Some people dwell on being a victim.
Hmm.
Some people feed off being a victim. Some people love the fact that they can just, you know,
They love that attention of it.
the attention of it, yeah, just will get them people to feel sorry for them.
That sympathy.
And you have to be stronger than that. That can only go so far because the person will look at you like you're just weak, especially if they're growing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, you was playing victim all along. Now my eyes have opened. See, the more you start to grow and the more of the light that you capture in yourself, it will send the bugs away, so to speak. Because the light attracts the bugs. Is that right? The light attracts the bugs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the light attracts the bugs. So you have to be careful. Once your light starts shining, the people around you will start to see them kind of go away. Because I know the more I grew, the more people that I was around, when I was in their type of atmosphere and their type of mindset, they started moving around.
Remember what
I didn't have to do nothing.
remember what I said? 95% of people have bad habits in common.
Yeah.
When you cut off them bad habits that you was doing your whole life,
You have
the
nothing in
people will
common
go
anymore.
too. Because I don't do them things.
Yeah.
So we have nothing to relate.
Yeah.
Because now our conversations have changed. The goals have changed.
Mhm.
And when my views are different, so I move different.
Exactly. And it's not that I'm better than you. It's just
Mhm.
that I'm chosen and my calling is higher. And I have to do, to whom is quiet, to whom is given, much is required.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to do things that you wouldn't normally do because that's when you're going to see things that you wouldn't normally see. So you have to take it another level up. You can't stay stagnant where you're at, especially if it's not growing you. If you don't see that you're growing, because our competition is ourselves. We want to be better than we were the day before. So if you don't see that, and if you try to, compare yourself to other people, you're never gonna grow. If you have hardened heart of envy, jealousy, unforgiveness, you're not going to grow. You're stagnating yourself. So the main thing you have to do is cleanse that heart, make it pure, and also renew your mind. You have to start with the transforming of your mind. That will take you to a higher level. You want to go from glory to glory to glory to glory. And if they can't see that, then let them fall, because again, they are going to fall once you start growing. It won't even have to be nothing you have to do. But you just have to believe in yourself. You have to just encourage yourself, uplift yourself, and get away from anything and everything that is not helping you push towards your purpose.
Be intentional about your attitude.
Mm.
Breakthrough is first exhibited in your disposition. Your disposition is the spirit breakthrough until you actually manifest it. You can't walk around in your feelings feeling defeated and comparing your success to others. When we walk around feeling defeated, that's that depression stage.
Oh, yes.
And that comparison, and
Mm.
what's you comparing yourself to others. You more concentrated on what they doing and what they
Yes.
got going on
Hmm.
than what God can put right in front of you.
And that's when depression does kick in, because you feel that you're not enough. But you have to realize everybody is going through something. They're not going to tell you all the bad. They're not going to tell you all their worries. They're not going to tell you they think some way about this. They're all going to just give you everything that they want you to know to make them look good. But they will never explain to you everything that's the reality of a situation. You have to watch the people who put on facades.
God responds to your faith. Obstacles, trials, and tribulations don't change God's work. And number six, be intentional and relentless about your prayers.
Hmm.
God, God's word says, pray without ceasing.
Hmm.
One country, excuse me. What blessings are you expecting to come down for the prayers you send up? Intentional prayers for healing, for breakthrough, deliverance. Intentional prayers for wisdom, and for diligently seek, and you diligently seek it from the source. And the source is the word, and the word is God.
Hmm.
And it will show you what you care about and what you set your mind on.
And you gotta be careful what you place your mind on.
Because what we concentrate on is what we attract. What you focus on the most is what
Mm-hmm.
you attract. So if you focus on, like, for example, if you focus on your lack, you're gonna attract more lack. You focus on negativity, you attract more negativity.
Yeah. Being the chosen one, you have no time for that. You just have to go with the flow. Real talk. You just have to put on your blinders and just go with the flow. You have no time for nothing else. And even if it's brought to you, you have to learn how to discern who sent it.
Hmm. What's the reason for it being here?
What's the reason? What message am I getting? Because
Hmm.
the devil has ears too. So you have to stop talking prematurely about things that haven't happened yet because you're blocking your own blessing, and then you wonder why it didn't happen. And you got to be careful who you share things with too, because they can be blocking your blessings too. You never know who the devil sends. You never know. Like, and it's so crazy because you got brothers killing brothers. You know what I'm saying? It's like, where's the love? Where did the switch go off to where you can kill your own brother? I know that was in the Bible, but why are we still going through it? We know that this is wrong, but we still going through it. We burying kids at this time.
You know what it is? It's the people have that mindset where they think that you think that you are better than them, and that's not it. And a lot of people feel this change,
It's inevitable.
change,
It must happen.
change.
Growth.
They don't like it. It's something new. I don't want nothing new. They like, wait.
All things new.
Your attitude has to align with gratitude. Be aware of every moment. Nothing is impossible, nor has limits besides those that you place on yourself.
Hmm.
Impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible, for I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Yes.
I can do it all. I will do what needs to be done. And I must keep the fight and the desire to keep going no matter what happens. So you have to edify the challenges that in front of you and conquer and take it. Take it like you take the air that you breathe.
Yes.
How bad do you want it?
How bad do you want it? Say nothing's gonna stop me.
Nothing.
You put that in the comments. Say nothing's gonna stop me.
Nothing's gonna stop me. Yes, I put it in the comment. Nothing gonna stop me.
Nothing gonna stop me.
I value time and freedom. Either make the sacrifices or what you value will be sacrificed.
And what are you willing to sacrifice?
Love is the greatest sacrifice. And like I said, you show what you love by how much time you put into it.
Yes.
So if you putting time into things that are not helping you grow and does not edify God, which will edify you, it's a waste of time.
It's a waste of time.
It's a waste of time, family. It's a big waste of time.
And again, we don't have time to waste. That's the devil's playground and idle mind also. So, when you wake up in the morning, that is the best time for the devil to just attack you. Don't lay in bed. Get up, listen to some spiritual music, listen to some to motivational speeches. Do not dwell. I'm telling you, do not dwell in those thoughts. The same way those thoughts come in, push them right on out. That's why it's very important to meditate. And if you don't do anything else, just look at Proverbs. I can't stress that enough. Proverbs and just get something out of that, because wisdom.
It's funny she said that.
Wisdom.
I got a phone call this morning. He said, bro, the profile picture for our group is a Proverbs verse. The Lord said, commit your actions unto me, and I will direct your paths.
Yes.
That is true. If the path that you walking, I put it to him like this: if Jesus wouldn't do it, you shouldn't be doing it.
Yes.
If he ain't having them conversations, you shouldn't be having conversations. You shouldn't be thinking like that. You shouldn't be seeing those things that you're looking at. He gave us all the free will, the choice to have to make for the free will. Adam and Eve, prime example. He told them to only eat from this tree. He didn't tell them anything about sin. They didn't know anything about it. It was their choice. A lot of people look at, oh, the devil did this. No, you're giving the devil
Choice.
power. You're giving the
Yes.
negative power to the wrong. You're giving that power to the wrong person. You can't blame nobody for the choice that you made. You made that choice. You They chose to go outside of God's will. They didn't know the consequences, but he came and said, hey, now these are your consequences for what you just did. Because you didn't need anything but me and what I gave you.
And you heard what he said. Who told you that? I never. Ooh, that
Who
sent
told you
every
that?
time I hit it, read that sent chills up my spine. Who told you? Like you were already enough. Who told you you wasn't enough?
No.
If I say you enough, you enough. If I tell you to start that business, start that business. Don't ask me how, just do it. Because I'm gonna make sure everything that you need will be supplied. I will supply all your needs.
What?
Not some of them, especially if it coincides with your purpose. Oh, you ain't got to worry about nothing. As soon as that passion, that vision pops in your head, you need to write it down. You need to choose it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Write it down. What is it?
Make it plain.
Make it plain. Act on it.
And this is the thing: the vision that you write down,
Mm-hmm.
the goals that you write down, you have to also write down the time and energy it's going to take to complete that. And if it does not align with his word, it's not going to come to pass.
And you also want to write down 5 things you want to get rid of and 5 things you want to gain. So, for instance, I want to get rid of negative thinking and I want to gain a positive thinking. You write that down and watch the manifestation start taking place. But you really have to believe it. You have to write it down. Once you write it down and just look at it, it's going to go into your subconscious. That's where the repetitive has to take place. It has to be a daily activity. Just like you get up and you turn on ESPN or you turn on the news, which the news, I don't know how y'all watch that. I haven't watched the news in like years. I can't even do that. That's just so much negativity and it just takes away my vibration. It does nothing for me because there's nothing positive on the news. So you have to just, stand firm in what you believe in daily and watch how your life starts to change. And again, everything around you may shift, but it's only shifting you into something bigger. If you're 20 and then you turn 30 and you see nothing's changed, then you have to step back and look at some things because life is always supposed to change. You can't be scared of it because you'll miss your blessing, and you don't want to do that because you never know when it's going to come back. And again, don't be worried about him knocking on somebody else's door because if he's knocking on somebody else's door, that means your blessing right around the corner. So get rid of that envious heart. Get rid of that jealousy. Get rid of that hatred. It's not serving you no good. It's blocking your blessing. Don't be worried about what kind of car that man drive. You don't know what that man had to go through to get that car. He might have lost a son, and that might be the life insurance money for him to have that car. You never know what a person has to go through to get their blessings. So don't despise people's blessings and celebrate them and say, "Hey,
you want to be successful. You have to celebrate others' success.
Yes, make others successful too. Bring them to the top with you. That's how you become a millionaire because you help others. You know what I'm saying? That's what Jeff Bezos did. He became a billionaire because he helped other people become millionaires. So you have to give, 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 give. You have to live with a selfless heart. You can't be selfish and expect to rise because that is the most important thing is your heart and your mind.
And you have to make your mind up.
Yes, you can't be a double-edged sword. And decisiveness will not get you anywhere. You have to stand firm in it. And if another person doesn't believe in your beliefs, then keep it moving.
This is Proverbs 17 and 24. An intelligent person aims at wise action, but a fool starts off in many directions. There's nothing more powerful than a made up mind. Have your mind made up and stand on what it is that you stand on.
Yes. If you don't stand for anything, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And you don't want to look confused out here.
And if you brag all the time, you ain't doing nothing but asking for trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Say my words, these his.
Yeah. You just you can't brag, can't be boastful. You gotta be humble. You gotta be humble. Because the same God that gave it to you be the same God that take it away. He will drop you to your knees. So you don't need anything else but him. And I know I'm not the only one who's been through that. Have any of y'all been through that? When he took everything away from you, you had to start all over,
Yeah.
going back to sleeping on the floor. Nobody been through that?
To be honest, I'd have been through it.
I know I've been through it.
I'd have been through it.
This oil was costly, honey.
Was up there. Was up there. You walk outside, look, I got cars that match my drawers. Turn around, didn't have not one car, not a pot to piss in. Nothing. It was all gone. No cars, no job, no nothing. Well, nobody answered no phone, no nothing. Didn't have anything.
Yeah, you really see who's there for you. That's why they say sometimes you have to go to the bottom to see who you need to bring with you to the top. Because when you go to the bottom, you'll see, okay, this person really feels like this. But when I had a car, they was calling me every day. Now I ain't got no car. I don't even see them. Oh, matter of fact, and they got a car now, and they ain't even came and picked me up. Or even told me they had a car. How does that work?
Jesus.
You go out and you spend thousands on people. Thousands. I know I did. I spent thousands on people. You think that was returned to me? No. I can't even get a phone call. Hey, how you doing? Because people like to play victim. And, a lot of people are, I'm not going to say that because a lot of people are going through their own stuff. But it just feels nice to be loved sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It feels nice to feel like somebody cares sincerely. And I guess, you it's like asking for too much.
It ain't just the thought that counts. It's the action that comes with that thought. Because you didn't have to. You didn't have to call. You didn't have to send that text message out.
Yeah.
You didn't have to just pop up and just show it like, hey, I was just thinking about something. I'm in the area. I'm just, what's up? How you doing?
They can live down the street from you.
Need anything? Besides
money.
Each time they calling you, they got their hand out for something.
Or they need you for something.
They need you for something. It's not the other way around.
No.
But also,
that's why you got to learn that you are enough by yourself.
And be intentional about your expectations. Do not have your expectations so high for you to think that others are going to be the same as you. No one is like you. No one is going to treat you. See, that the saying is, treat others how you want to be treated. You can do this 24/7. But don't expect that same 100,000% in return, because it is not like that. Ain't nobody perfect.
Yeah.
Everybody going through things, like she said. Everybody going through something.
And I know for some people it's hard to be alone going through that, but sometimes it's best to be alone to go through that, because you have God right by your side. When you're weak, He is your strength, and that's where the wholeness comes in. So don't ever think that you're sitting up there by yourself. You're not. And He is isolating you for a reason. You are in the fire, so to speak. You're being, developed to the person that He called you to be, because you're right before that, you're a person who you wanted to be. But it don't work like that. You got to be who He called you to be. That way you can see the full effect of His work.
A lot of us growing up were abandoned by our parents. That's why God He said in His word, I will never leave you nor forsake you.
Yes.
They may leave you and forsake you, turn their back on you, turn against you. But I will never leave you nor forsake you.
I will never leave you, forsake you.
Good morning. You can look towards me. You can look towards the heavens, because that's where your help comes from.
Yes.
That's where your blessings come from. Everything comes from. Every good thing coming from above.
Above, yes.
Every good thing coming from above.
Christ, a solid rock I stand. Anything else is sinking sand.
Yes, it would be
the light to my path.
It would be blessings on blessings. They will come to you through men, but do not seek it from men. You seek it from me. He's the one who put the thought and put it in them to do what they need to do.
Yeah, that push in your body, that's your purpose. Follow it. You may think, oh, I'm on drugs, or oh, I'm prostituting, or oh, I'm in an abusive relationship, or I don't have enough education. Baby, bye.
Mm.
Those type of thoughts you need to get rid of, because if God calls you to do it, you gonna do it. I was the only one in this company without a college degree. When he say you gonna do it, you gonna do it. He will break some rules for you. So
That's real.
what you have to have in your mind is, if it's for me, he will. It's gonna be a yes. If it's not, it's not a denial. A delay is not a denial. It just means something bigger is waiting for you. That's
Amen.
all it means. So if somebody tells you no, just look at them and say, okay,
I love the word no,
I love it.
because that pushes me. That
Something
gives me.
better.
I train. I step back and isolated myself to learn how to use the negative energy, especially the no's, and use it as positive energy, because you have to have an optimistic mindset, not a competitive
This is
mindset.
cranberry juice, by the way.
Yes.
Like she gets turned up at
With
9:30 in
the
the
word.
morning.
With the word. Cranberry juice.
But yeah, I used to sip and smoke,
24
listening to
7.
listening to the word. I didn't see nothing was wrong with it. Now, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I roll a blunt and read the Bible. I roll a blunt and I watch Pastor Sarah Jake Roberts, or motivation speaker, or I even pray. You know what I'm saying? Because
Me
that
too.
was my friend. God and my blunt was my friend. You can't judge me. God can only judge me. And then when He gave me the strength to let it go, that's when I let it go. Seriously, just say let it go. Put that in the comments, baby. Say let
Let
it
it
go.
go. Let it go. Let it
Yes,
go and let God
let go and let God. He will
move
do
on.
it. He will do a work in you, honey. It'll blow your mind. You won't even know who you are. You're gonna be like, "Dick."
And when you let go and let God forgive yourself,
Yes.
that's the number one key thing. You have to forgive yourself. Do not punish
Yeah.
yourself for the things that you've done in your past.
It's okay to cry.
Yes.
Don't be too prideful to cry, because crying is letting God know that you really need Him, and He gonna step in right there. For every tear that you cry, it's a blessing attached to it. You're gonna reap a harvest.
When you don't forgive yourself, you are hindering yourself from growing and moving on. You're not allowing yourself to grow,
Mm-hmm.
because you still staying stuck, and you punishing yourself thinking that God mad at you, and he ready to pour out some more blessings
Yeah.
on you.
You're just mad at
You
yourself.
just mad at yourself. You need to
Stop being so self. That's the word I'm looking for.
you got to be selfless but selfish at the
Yeah.
same
Don't
time.
don't be so hard on yourself. Be kinder to yourself. I know you may have been through some things that you just think, I'm I don't know how I'm gonna get my mind away from this. I don't even know. Like, that person just crushed me, or you know, I just feel like I'm a failure. No, you're not. You're everything but those things. Stop
Mhm.
letting the devil put those things in your mind. People make mistakes. We're human. We're not perfect. But every mistake you make, you learn from it. That's where success kicks in. Because the more that you learn, the more you can teach. And you're here to be a teacher. I don't know if you know that, but everything that you go through, you have to tell somebody else, because it's a testimony. You're going to help somebody. You have something in you to change the world for the next 40 years. You have generations depending on you. Stop being weak minded. Step up. Do what you were called to do. Believe in yourself. Encourage yourself. Uplift yourself. Read your affirmations. Get out that guilt party. You can and you will do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Believe in that. And don't let anybody tell you different. Move that negative spirit away from you. Move any negative vibes away from you. The more you grow, the more, when you get around gossip and negativity and drama, you're going to feel allergic to it. You're not going to want to be a part of that. You're going to be like, man, I'm going to go over here. I got an empire to build. I ain't got time for this drama. Why are you talking about her anyway? You don't know what's going on in that girl life. You just looking like you a gossiper, and that's not a good characteristic to carry. That's not a good trait to have. People will look at you some type of way, like, dang, all she do is feed off gossip. And you wonder why you losing friends, or people aren't real with you. Because people really can't really tell you the real, because they feel you're going to go back and tell the next person. If you go to a party where you only know one person, the rest of the party shouldn't even know you. They shouldn't even know you. And if they do, if they start talking bad about you, it's that one common denominator. You got to watch the company you keep. Again, are they your comrades, constituents, or confidants?
Listen to this. Proverbs 19:27. They say, my child, when you stop learning, you will soon neglect what you already know. When you stop learning, you will soon neglect what you already know.
Mm-hmm.
Because you think you know it all.
You got to wipe it away.
You don't know it all.
You don't know it all. And if you're trying to get somewhere, don't ask people who haven't been there. I mean, who does that? Hey, I want to become the next author. What you think I should do, bro? Bro ain't even wrote a book. Bro ain't even thinking about writing a book. So why are you asking him?
He ain't wrote a paragraph.
He don't even know how to read.
Still, and he's scared to even try to learn how to.
You
going with the flow.
Now your mind is so confused because you're like, okay, well, bro told me this, but I still don't know what to do. Maybe I need to go on YouTube, go research people who have done what you want to do.
Seek it, and it will come to you.
Yes.
You seek it. The thought came to you. All you gotta do is go after it.
Go after it,
and you will attract.
Yeah.
That's it.
And it may be
what you think.
Yeah. It may be many thoughts. Because he may give you many anointings. It's not going to just be one thing. So you just have to learn how to roll with each one. Each one serves a purpose, but the goal is to bring them all together. That's where the empire comes in. You have one name with many companies underneath it that all fall into one purpose. Mm-hmm. That's what you do. That's when people say they're building an empire, because they have many thoughts. It's not just one vision. It's many visions. I know I have visions on a daily basis. It's not easy, but I have to sit back and say, okay, I'm doing this, but I know this is going to go with this. I'm doing this, and I know this is going to go with this. But to everybody else, it look like, oh, she's doing too much. But to me, I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing enough. I got to go harder every day. I'm my own competition.
Not nobody else.
Not nobody else.
Ain't no other competition out here. That's why he made one of you. The first should be last, and the last should be first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they may have done it, but they may not be successful for them. They may just started the path for me.
Yes. You never know. Never know. There's buildings out there for you. You ain't even build. There's land out there for you. It's kingdom territory out there for you. You just have to look into the heavens and say, open.
You deserve for your dreams to become reality. Change the things that will give you value.
Oh, follow me on YouTube. No Worries For You. That's NOWORRIES, the number 4U.
Yes. Go like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Podcast, everything. It's getting ready to go down. So I want to make sure I got a good what's the word? Audience. You know, a true audience, a real audience. I don't need no scared audience. Scared don't make no noise. I want to make some noise. It's a new sound. It's a new day. You know, it's time to make some ripples, you know, some waves. It's time to make some waves. I ain't going to say no ripples. It's time to make some waves.
A millionaire has a way of thinking, not a poverty mindset. I am wealth and fruitful. I am success. I will achieve my God-given destiny. I must do what needs to be done. I must take ownership. The reason it doesn't exist because you didn't create it. It is in solving a problem you become wealthy. A little pressure, a little progress. It's not what you don't know that's killing you. It's what's on the inside that you know that's killing you, that you don't act on because you're holding yourself back.
Yes. Got those thoughts in your minds, and they're not going to go away. I'm telling you. You know how scared I was to get on live? You would say the word live, and I was cringe. Like, I would freeze up like,
I gotta do this.
I don't look right. I ain't got my eyelashes on. My hair ain't done. Like, but then I had to keep replaying in my mind what my father said to me. Be not afraid of men in their faces. And I am with you through the whole way. And if I told you to do it, you're going to do it. Because in the natural, it may look impossible, but in the supernatural, it's already done.
Mm-hmm.
So here I am today. This is my second live, and I feel so open, in tune, ready to give, ready to pour out. Um, there's nothing that I won't talk about. I have so many things to talk about. Real things. Like popping pills. Oh, bad. No. Don't pop pills. That's not a good look.
Oh, did you go there? Did you go there? I had to flip the page back. The dope you selling is the same dope you use, and you know different from the next addict. You can't speak what you see. You should be speaking the vision that you want to come to pass.
Mm-hmm.
Man, look, you want to talk about it?
I might need some wine.
You want to talk about it? I was there too.
Mm-hmm. The women aren't, man, I'm telling you.
I used to do all them drugs. I used to pop pills. It's been 12 years since I popped the ecstasy pill.
Mm-hmm.
What made me quit? My body started getting immune to it. I'm snaggletooth.
Mm-hmm.
Because I grinded my teeth. I grinded that one tooth all the way down to the gums where there wasn't nothing left.
Mm-hmm.
It was nothing left.
Yeah.
The whole side of my mouth was like a wave.
Dehydrated. Need orange juice. You could feel your organs kind of shriveling up.
Yeah, you still got side effects. You still grind your teeth when you sleep. You don't need to do the drugs no more.
And let me tell you something.
But it mess with your nerves.
Let me tell you something on this. They not telling you, but it's showing.
Mm-hmm.
The drugs you doing, the drinking you doing.
You look like death.
You look like it. But your real people ain't gonna tell you. No. I mean, your real people should tell you. But it's showing.
You looking like
it's showing.
You sitting here every day, you dying because if you're not growing daily, you dying slowly.
Yes.
Period. You put
like
death
a skeleton
inside your body. And the more death you put inside your body, the more death will come out of you.
Mm-hmm.
You speak death, you think death, you act on death. You depressed, you can't make your mind up. You're just all over the place.
You got to get inebriated. Your mind is fogged up. You don't know whether you coming or going.
Yeah.
And that's not good. That's not good. We just talked about a double-edged sword. You cannot be like that. You have to know, this ain't for me. I need to change this.
Mm-hmm.
Drink your water. Eat your vegetables. Get high alkaline. Get into high vibration. Meditate. Do something different from what you're doing because, again, it's showing. And the people around you should be telling you that.
If the people you are around are not, that's because you are only around a comfortable circle of people who are doing the same thing. And as long as you stick around that comfortable, pity circle,
mm-hmm.
you won't be able to come out of it until you have that. All it takes is that one thought. That look, I can't keep doing this.
Yeah.
I can't. This some got to give.
I was strong enough to say I got some. Losing weight. I'm losing money. It's not serving me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not helping me. What is it giving me?
Yes, that's what you have to think about. What is it actually? What purpose is it really serving in your life?
Mm-hmm.
Like your priorities are all messed up. Everything is in the
spot.
Yeah. A hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
Your house look like the drugs that you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for real. And God forbid you got kids around.
And you ain't doing nothing but teaching them to do the same thing that you're doing. Your kids will model 90% of the time. Your kids will model what you do versus what you say. And
it may not be in your presence. It may be in their classroom.
Yes.
Maybe when they having lunch with their friends.
Look, our kids listen to us. Listen to the word all day and read the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
They go to school. They get to ask, and the kids get to ask, "What your parents do?" Oh,
yeah,
they pastors.
Yeah. My son said, "My mom is the church."
Yeah,
she don't go to church. My mom is the church.
And see, that's what God tells you. He said, "You are the church. Your body is the temple.
Mm-hmm.
You have to take care of the temple in order for God, the Spirit of God, to dwell in you. In order for the Holy Spirit to dwell in you, you have to take care of that temple.
Yeah,
you have to feed yourself high energy foods. And I'm gonna go into something else. You got to feed yourself high energy foods. There's no such thing as having too much energy.
Mm-hmm.
You need your energy levels to stay
You need
high.
the sun.
God is the source of your energy. His energy is never depleted. It's forever moving.
Mm-hmm.
So you should never run out unless you are
Yeah.
not pouring, you are not taking from him. You ain't really taking, but you have to draw that from
Mm-hmm.
him in
Mm-hmm.
order to keep the dish out.
Yeah.
I ain't been asleep in 3 days. Brother just asked me, he say, man, where you get this energy from? I say, God is my source.
Mm-hmm.
That's my source. I gotta keep pushing. I'm up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning on the phone talking about the word.
Yeah.
I'm on the phone with people giving them God's word, giving them what they need. This is the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing.
It's bigger than us.
It's bigger than me.
Mm-hmm.
And each time I think a little sleep, a little slumber, and probably will set on you quicker than you think.
Mm-hmm.
It's things out here that has to be done. Some things people are scared to even speak on.
Yeah.
They don't even want to. They scared to speak on it.
You can't be scared. You gotta gather that strength because again, somebody else needs your story.
Yes.
Just think what you're going through. If you don't tell somebody else, they're gonna suffer. They're gonna keep suffering. This somebody you don't even know. So in your heart, do you really want a person to suffer for something you can help them with?
Mm. And we were just talking about the kids.
You have the key to someone else's relief. Right now, I know I'm talking to somebody who is fighting depression. I know I am. And I want them to keep their head up, keep going,
Yes.
despite what it looks like. Every day you wake up, that is your sign that you are bigger than your current circumstance and it's not your final destination. So keep going. I encourage you, I uplift you, I empower you, I love you. You got this. Now get them thoughts out your head and do what you were called to do. Go forth with all your tenacity and do what the other 99% won't do.
Amen.
And I know my purpose. And I know that just helps somebody. So let's make it a domino effect. Help the next person. You see somebody walking down the street with groceries? Help them. You see an old lady who needs help getting on the bus? Help her.
Mm-hmm. I hate when people do that, man. And when they would see me get up and go help the older people, people said that thank you. No, don't thank me, thank God. Because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have did it for you.
Yeah. You treat others as you want to be treated.
And you have to
it's common sense.
You have to lead by example. You have to lead by example. Somebody got to set the pace.
Yes.
And you can't sit around and wait for somebody else to do it. You got to. And I tell people, look, I'm not going to sit around and wait for you to get it done. I got to get up.
I do it myself.
I got to do it. Because if I sit around all day waiting on you,
it'll never happen.
It'll never happen.
And I'm not a person to wait.
I want myself to do it. I'm going to read this, Proverbs 19:18. He said, discipline your children while they are young enough to learn. Because if you don't, you are helping them destroy themselves.
Mm-hmm.
If you listen to advice, you are willing to learn, and one day you will be wise. People may plan all kinds of things, but it's the Lord's will is going to be done.
Whether you like it or not.
Whether you like it or not.
It's going to be done.
If you're not willing to put in the work, you're going to see success.
Yeah. And don't worry who talks bad about you or anything, because heaven's going to send a legion of angels down here that will tear up this place for you.
Yes.
You got backup. Don't think you don't.
Mm-hmm.
You got backup, honey. And like I said, he'll break the rules for you. He'll open the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing so big you won't even have room enough to receive it. You'll have to collaborate with somebody else just to hold that blessing, and then you're gonna have to give some away.
Mm-hmm. God blessed us to bless others, not
Yes.
to be a hoarder of our blessings. You want to be a hoarder of blessings? Watch what he do to you.
Yeah.
He takes it away. The same that she
Mhm.
said. The same way he give it, he take it.
Yeah. Don't honor money more than you honor God, because God gave you the money, and it's energy. It's gonna flow. If you believe that, watch how much money you start getting. Watch how things fall in place. Watch how abundance and prosperity kick in for you.
Ooh, a person's words can be a source of wisdom, deep as the ocean, fresh as a flowing stream.
Yep.
Hmm.
Real talk. That's what I should have called my show. Real talk. This is a real talk.
Yeah.
This is some real talk.
Jesus, Jesus,
Yes.
Jesus.
We thank you, Father, just for the audience that is listening. May it resonate with them, and may they go forth, not just listen, may they use it with action, and do all that you have called them to do, unlike any other, because they are like no other. So just continue to know that you are original, and people may copy you, but they'll never be you. Okay, and if they copy you, take that as a compliment. That means you're doing something. You know, it's not a bad thing because they'll never be able to do it like you. What they say, you can get them the recipe, but the sauce will still never taste the same.
Sauce will never taste the same, baby.
So just be you. We love you, not who you pretend to be. Give us all of you. Be transparent. Evolve.
Focus on being the best you.
Yes.
You have to want this. You got to stay home. Stay humble, stay hungry, and
Hungry.
always ask God, how can I be better than I was yesterday?
That's it.
The 3 H's.
That's it.
I just thought about something. I ain't gonna say it.
We're going to leave this where it is, you guys. Tune in, again, subscribe. No worries for you. Like, tag a friend, share, do all the above.
Yes.
We love you. Make it a no worries day.
Blessings.